Hello everyone, I'm out here at the Starlight Claim with my friend Art Biggs, and we're doing he's a genuine gold prospector, and we're going to do some demonstrations here to show you how it's done. So here's Art.
We're using a recirculator here.
Let me get over here. Okay, go ahead.
We have water supplied to us by the Anderson Ranch. So water is available for all club members when they come out here. And it works really good to be able to recycle the water and run a lot of dirt through the process.
Okay.
I now run 4 buckets of dirt into the hopper.
Okay.
And then scoop out the tailings down in the recirculator.
Okay, briefly, what does the recirculator do?
The recirculator is just recirculating the water, but these 2 buckets here are what separates the gold from the dirt.
Okay.
And they just spin the water up, and it comes up 7.5 inches, and then enters or exits out the center of the bucket into the second bucket.
Okay.
And that gives it time to separate from the clay. It separates into the clay. The rest of the gold that separates from the clay will stay in this bucket.
Okay.
It does the same thing as this one. Just this is a 3-inch, that's a 4-inch exhaust, and an 1.5 feed that feeds it. The pump's down in the farthest tank.
Okay, three tanks. What is the purpose? Why do you have to have 3 tanks?
Just to get better separation of the contaminants in the water.
Okay.
First one is the one that I empty while I'm processing. The other 2 I empty at the end of the process, and the dirt, the mud you see on the side of the hill here is what comes out of those 2. They only have to be emptied once per run.
Okay, we got a kind of a shadow on that. Can't really. Okay.
The wheelbarrow full of dirt is 26 5-gallon buckets full.
Okay.
Then with all of the floaties on the top of the
Floaties.
this is the stuff that's got the seeds from the soil in it. So when we get done, we'll take this and spread it wherever we want to reforest the native
Oh, that's great. Okay, okay.
wildlife or wild plants. And
So that's kind of like reclaiming the land as far as.
yes, you can see behind me that all of that land under my truck and down the road has all been reclaimed after it's been processed.
That would be this shot right here. Okay.
It makes a nice access road for the mine. Here,
What? Okay, now.
all of this area here has been taken down to the bedrock and then restacked up and resurfaced so that we can park on it when we get done.
Okay.
You can see the rocks are separated into sizes, and we put sand on the top so that plants can grow in it if we ever decide to leave the mine.
And you're preparing this so more people will have easier access and
Yes, you can show the road this way.
and
That road has been done exactly like this is.
anyone watching this, if you'd be interested in coming out here, you can actually become a member of the club and come out here and actually pan and go home with a little gold in your pocket. Has that got that, Art? Okay, good. Okay, now he's feeding more dirt into the hopper. Again, this is the landfill. He's always building on this road here with all this dirt that it's quite an ambitious project. And I admire his stamina and his stay with it to do all this work. So what happened?
I ran out of gas on the generator.
So we're done running that for today. We're going to move on to the actual panning right now so you can see a little bit of gold. Stand by.
Don't run out of gas on the generator.
Right.
It usually ends up with about 5 gallons of concentrates,
Okay.
which
You mean from a wheelbarrow full?
yeah, from 2 wheelbarrows, I go down to 1 5-gallon bucket.
Okay.
Stuff to pan.
Now, did you think up this system yourself, or did you learn this from someone else?
No, it's basically a byproduct of the Blue Bowl.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Used the Blue Bowl first, saw how it worked, and said this'll do that, only faster.
Wow.
And every time I wear out a set of buckets, then I design it a little different the next time. And,
So bigger volume, faster. What does that boil down to? More gold.
Yep. And it has a tendency to, whenever the generator.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, after it exits there, we have a regular river sluice here. And I check this after at least once a week. I clean this up.
Okay.
And the amount of gold in here is about the same as 1 cleanup there. So I have 5 cleanups there to 1 here. That means I'm losing about 20% of the gold through the system.
So the less gold you have in here, actually, the better, bless you,
Yes,
that
you're trying
thing's
for
working.
0 in this one.
I see, okay.
But if it doesn't get off of the clay fast enough, it will exit out of the machine
Okay.
and come through. This this is running real heavy, way heavier than you would normally run it, but because you're only trying to catch very little of the gold, it is absolutely beautiful for running, for catching any of the stuff that blows through.
Right. Does any gold ever actually make it down into one of these tubs? Have you checked that, panned it to see, or?
When I first set it up, I used to pan everything twice, but now I don't bother with this. I don't bother with any of that. It'll never make it past this one.
Okay.
It has a chance to make it in here if it blows out of this, because it's running so heavy.
Right.
If I had a bigger one here, we could make sure everything got caught in there, but there's not enough gold blowing through to be a problem.
Okay, that's
So
good, thank you.
Not that.
Okay, now we're going to look at the digging process. This is where he gets the materials in the dirt to actually run it through the machine. So this is kind of where it all starts over here. And I think Art has pretty much dug out this entire hole that you see here. Looks pretty massive to me.
I have a variety of tools that
Okay, go ahead.
I have a variety of tools that I use to dig the dirt. And it depends upon how deep it is and everything else, which tool I use, and how wet the dirt is. The wetter the dirt is, the easier it is to dig. The regular cultivator works really good for most of the dirt. If it gets to be difficult to dig, then when it gets more difficult to dig, I use an ordinary hay hook. And an ordinary hay hook gives you the leverage to go into your cemented gravel and tear it apart.
Okay. Because you can't hardly get that with a shovel like that.
Okay. If it gets too hard for the hay hook,
Wow.
then we have the regular digging bar.
Pretty labor intensive.
Yep. Keep you in good shape in your old age.
And this is an example of how much trouble you save the novice panner like me who wants to come out and see a little color in his pan. There's a lot involved in getting that material ready for that.
Okay, then when it comes to rebuilding the area, I use rakes and forks and everything else to separate the rocks from the dirt. A regular fork.
Okay, and so you've got your arsenal of different tools stacked up there that you might have to use at any given time.
A pitchfork.
Plus the shade that you built over your head, that's probably a lifesaver.
Yeah. When the rocks are too big for the fork, then you just have to throw them out.
Toss them out. And then I guess you get that down to a point where you actually throw it into this screen right here.
Yeah, now we've got all the big rocks out of the way, so then it's just a matter of shoveling it through the screen.
Wait, let me get out of the way. I'm running. Okay. So this material is refined enough that you can, that's what you put in your wheelbarrows to start the process with the what's the machine called again?
The recirculator.
The recirculator. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and okay, and this is the wonderful part where he actually carries the two 5-gallon buckets at once. Climbs up out of the hole and then dumps the 5-gallon buckets into the wheelbarrows, and from there he shovels it into the first stage of the recirculator. We started out here about 7 a.m. and as the day progresses, of course, the sun gets higher and hotter, and that's definitely a factor out here as well. Okay, we're moving into the next stage. Now this is the concentrate that came out of the recirculator, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so this still has to be strained again through 3 different wire meshes. On the other side. So the different size materials is strained through the meshes, which get finer toward the bottom. In the final step, there's a bucket buried under that water, and the finest stuff goes down into that bucket.
That's where most of your gold ends up.
Is where most of the gold is going to end up. And that's the part that we like. Okay, this is the final piece of dirt, bucket of dirt that came out of the recirculator to get it strained down to the finest form where you can more easily locate the gold.
When I get it converted to solar, I won't have to worry.
Okay, here we are at the final stage of actually panning the materials that we've been working for the last half hour, and to see what we're going to get.
Okay, I take a pan full of concentrates, go down till it's about half concentrates and half black sand, where you can see the black sand starting to show up in it. Then I dump it into that bucket. When I get done with all of this, I'll have just enough to do one pan of concentrates where we'll see the gold in it.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Pour. And that way you don't have to be very careful with your panning, because when you have 10 times as much water as you do dirt, the gold separates real good. If you
Okay.
have just as much water as you do dirt, it takes a lot of motion and a
Right.
which doesn't do you any good really. But I just pan it down.
Well, I look at it, it is exercise. You're up and moving around. And
Yeah, I get plenty of that digging the dirt.
okay, let me see how far down you take that.
All right. There's where it is when
See,
I start.
I haven't been doing this. Okay, that's a. Okay, we've now arrived at the final stage.
Right out of our 2 buckets of concentrates, we're now down to 1 pan of material.
Okay,
And this is where you get to put your fingers in it.
right.
Stir it up like this. If you have an old bullet or an old fish weight, put it in the bucket at this time. When you hear it rattling around in there,
Oh,
then you know all of the material has been mixed up and the gold is at the bottom.
I didn't know. That's a good one. I didn't know that.
See, we're now down to mostly black sand.
Okay, you can see the black sand in there.
And
Okay.
then that's when I generally clean from this point into a bucket.
Okay. So you could possibly repan that's going in the bucket.
Yeah. And that tells you how good your panning process is. If you don't find any gold in there, then you're an excellent panner.
That's a good thing.
If you find a lot of gold in there, change your patterns of how you pan.
Okay. And then you reach a point where you've learned the trade so well you don't really even double, triple check your leftover stuff, huh?
Every time I rebuild that, then I recheck the whole pattern again.
Okay.
Because every rebuild is...
Well, on a rebuild, yeah, you got to get all the kinks out of it.
Well, you got to find out if it's working right. So you got to run the dirt, and then you got to rerun the dirt to see how much got through it the first time.
Okay.
And when you
can
get
see the
down to
black
almost
sand.
all black sand now,
Wait, I got a shadow on that. Let me get over here. Okay.
we're mostly black sand.
There we go. It's close up
Okay.
to the black sand.
That's
okay.
the only time you really need clean water.
This is the final stage.
That just gets the clouds out of there so you can see what you're doing.
Okay.
Now, the step is you rotate the pan.
Wait, let me get it where the shadow's falling right on the pan. There you
All
go.
right, all right. You want to move the pan in this direction, or either way, this way or that way.
Okay.
And when you come over, you want to hit your hand with the pan, and you will see the dirt
So hit your hand with the pan as opposed to hitting your hand on the pan.
Right. You want to
Okay.
hit the pan to your hand. And you'll see all the light stuff now floats to the top.
Okay.
And see, as I wash it back, see how it gets real dark?
Okay.
And now you can see the gold starting to show
I
up
see
on that
in the
side.
corner there, yeah.
All right. Then same thing again. You take the. I had a bucket full of water here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Wash that out. And I do it once or twice. Usually what I'll do at this point is take the snuffer bottle and snuff up that gold that we saw there.
Okay, so the uneducated, what is a snuffer bottle?
All right, a snuffer bottle is a bottle
Okay.
with a small tube in it,
Right.
and the tube goes 3/4 of the way down the bottle,
Okay.
and then what you do is you get your gold to start showing. See, we can start to see gold starting to come out of the sands
Okay.
into this corner right here.
Right.
All right, you can see some of it's floating over the top, but most of it is right down there in that corner. And then you just take the snuffer bottle and you snuff that whole line, all the black sand and that gold and everything. And that'll
Okay.
get you about 90% of the gold that's in the pan in that one snuff.
Ah,
Then you do it again, and you'll see that you're
try to hold
gonna.
it where the shadow's not on the pan. There you go.
You can see that we don't have a gold stream
Okay.
on this side anymore. That's what we soaked up. Well, when you tap the pan with your hand like this,
Okay.
the gold will separate. Most of the gold will be on the side that your hand is, and about 30% will be on the other side.
Okay.
And I don't know the reason for that, but I know that it always works that way. And I have a suspicion that some of it is the quality of the gold that you're getting there. And I don't know which side's better,
Okay.
but we do the same thing again. And if we see, there's the gold, because I hit it on my hand, the gold
Okay.
is coming back over onto this side. I'll do the same thing again.
Okay.
And I snuff up black sand and everything. It's not important that the first time you pan it
Okay.
to get all the black sand out of it. We'll show you that step in a minute. But you can take it down like this, and when you're not seeing much gold left, the next trick is to take the pan and tap it on the side with your hand.
Okay.
Just tap it on the side. And what that does is that makes all of the black sands settle to the bottom and flat.
Right. Okay.
Okay, then the next step is the belly bounce, which you take the pan on your belly
Okay.
and you just tap it on the end here like this. And it will walk the gold up through the black sand up onto this edge.
Right.
And if you're still heavy in black sands like this, you can always just tap it on the side again.
And thin it out a little bit more.
Thin
Yeah.
it out a little more. And see, now you can see that all the gold is right
Yeah,
along
you can
that
see
edge
the
of the
gold.
pan.
I don't know if that's picking it up. I can see it. Okay.
Okay. Same thing again.
And you've already taken. Okay.
We've got most of the gold out of it now. That's where I find that I've gotten most of the gold out. Then I'll go ahead and do it one more time
Okay.
just to see if any of the gold was trapped anywhere. And a lot of times when I come through this, you won't see anything left.
So this is an important step if you're not doing this properly, because the gold you've got, it can all be
Yeah,
lost in the pan.
Yeah, panning is where all your money's made.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just tap that down and then tap it back. And if there's any gold anywhere in this area, when I tap it, I've got my hand under this edge
Okay.
against my belly, tipped up slightly, and the hand taps down.
Okay.
Now you can see that all of the heavies, that would be your silver and your platinum and your gold,
Okay.
is all up on that side. All your metal goes back down to this side, and you can see we've got 5 or 6
Little
gold flecks
in
that
there.
are in
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Okay. And you can chase this all day if you want to, but
Yeah.
what I do instead of chasing it all day is I take it and dump it back in this pan that we're going to redo.
Okay.
So we're good to go.
Cool.
Now we'll take the snuffer bottle out and empty it out. Now we've got all the gold in there, and we've got the black sand in there.
Okay.
See, now we can start
yeah.
to
See the gold.
see how much gold is in there.
That's quite a bit.
And you can see I'd say that's what we got out of that one wheelbarrow, but I'd be lying to you because that was the other stuff in the.
Okay, that's
Okay,
good.
now, in order to get all that gold to vacuum out this time, we do the same thing. We just tap it on the side, use a little bit of water to wash the other stuff out, tap it away from the edge, tap it back.
Okay.
And as you tap it back, you can see that the gold will actually crawl all the way even up the side of the pan.
Up the edge of the pan, yeah.
And then just a little bit of water on it, and it'll all fall down because it's so heavy. Then you can see your.
That's a good
your
haul
gold
by my
stream.
standards. Yeah. Okay. Just set it on the pan.
Okay.
That's good.
A fast, soft touch is all it takes to get that to do
Right.
that.
Okay. I think that about wraps it up.
That's
Well, thank
about
you,
it.
Art, for your demonstration. And if anybody's interested in getting involved in this, you can give me a call at 619-309-7946, and I can get you in touch with Art, who's a member of a club. So there's a lot of people that are also interested in this hobby. So thank you for your time and attention, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.